the people that I know now just don't believe me, because it's a mindset. I started to think in a different way. I started to use my brain in a different way. And there's no way in the world I could ever stand up and even say my name. It took me 45 years to stand up and say my name. So business networking really helps with your confidence. And my talk really is for new startups, for business entrepreneurs who want to get themselves out there. Because in the beginning, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I worked in Asda's forever. Nearly 20 years I worked in Asda's, and that's because I doubted myself, I doubted my capabilities. I had so much self-doubt, I had so much fear that it crippled me. And I told myself with my own words and my own thinking, I'm going to be working here forever. And that's what happened, because that's what I told myself. That's what I focused on, and that is exactly what I got. So, yeah, I worked there for a very long time. And I'm a mother, I'm a mum, I've got 2 grown-up children. I work for myself, I'm self-employed, work for myself. And I divorced. I had a big crash in life a few years back. I lost everything, I lost my home, my family emigrated to other countries, and lots of horrible things went on in my life, and that's all because, some things you can't explain in life, some things happen in life, but me and my ex-husband, we drifted apart over the years, and, I admit I've done things wrong in my life as well. I hold my hands up, because I'm human, and I've made mistakes in my life, but I had to let that all go and start again. So my message to new business entrepreneurs is every day is a brand new day. Pick yourself up, whatever goes on in your life, pick yourself up, dust yourself off and start again, because it's a new day. We can all do this. If I can stand up and speak, the shyest person in the universe, then I believe anyone can do anything. And I don't mind admitting, I don't mind saying, because I'm very open and honest, whereas I wasn't before. I used to sweep everything under the carpet, not speak to anyone, hide behind people, go red, get embarrassed. And the only way I would come out of my comfort zone is because I was a drinker. And I used to drink too much, and it became a problem. And then I was even more unfocused. So that had to stop. So it took me a long time to realise how powerful you are as a person, and it took me a long time to realise how powerful your brain is. Because after I had my crash, I looked into positive thinking. So I went on the internet, went on Amazon, and I thought, I've got to find something that is going to pick me up out of this life. So I found a book called Love Life, Live Life by a lady called Sue Stone. And the reason I chose that book is because she resembled my mum and she resembled my sister, because she looked like this lady on the front of the book. And that to me was an attractor, like a sign, if you like, for me to read that book. So I read that book and ended up, I emailed the lady who wrote that book, the author, and that was a scary thing for me, even to just email and send an email message to an author. I was so fearful of absolutely everything unless I'd had a drink, so even to do that. So she got back to me and said, thank you. I ended up adding my name on her newsletter and then going on her courses and becoming one of her positive thinking coaches. And she was on Channel 4's Secret Millionaire. Has anyone seen that programme? Yeah. Her name's Sue Stone. And her book's called Love Life, Live Life. And when I read it, it turned my life upside down. And I didn't actually believe it in the beginning because quantum science was involved. And I didn't really do that well in school. So quantum science is like basically, at a tiny level, everything is made up of energy. Everything in the whole universe is energy. Yeah, this is made up of the same stuff as what we are made up of. It's just that it's all the atoms and all the molecules at a tiny quantum level are all vibrating on a different rate, but creating totally different surfaces. So even our thoughts and our statements and our feelings and our emotions, they're basically just energy. And because we are human magnets, we are electromagnetic human beings, because I looked into the scientific side of this, what we are radiating, what we are putting out there, is what we are attracting back to us. So in my early days, when I was, drinking, when I was partying, when I was being a bit naughty, when I was out there in the world and I was saying horrible comments, when I wasn't being positive, when I was being negative, when I was sending out any hatred or resentment or bitterness or jealousy or anything like that, because it's the human emotions, guess what happens? It all comes straight back to you, because we are human magnets. And once I realised that, once I understood that, I thought, oh my God, I have got to change the way I think. And when you change the way you think, you act in a totally different way. And then you get totally different results in your life. So from me working in Asda's for 17 years, telling myself how useless I was, how no good I was at anything, I don't like to use horrible language, but how crap I was at everything, that was my normal language. And guess what happened? I was useless at everything. I didn't take any opportunities. I was too scared. I had millions of debilitating, self-limiting beliefs and fears, which is what a lot of people have got. Self-limiting beliefs and self-doubt. The self-doubt was overbearing, and fears. And basically fear means false evidence appearing real. We might fear a scene in our head and think of a scenario that's going to scare us, and then we don't take the opportunity because we see the bad side of it. Because that's in our negative programming. It's natural, it's normal. It's if you're brought up like that, if it's in your environment, if negativity is in your environment and you're brought up that way because of whoever brought you up, your teachers, your parents, your peers, your carers, whoever brought you up, they say that we are programmed, our brains are programmed by the time we're 7 years old. And then that's our belief system. And that's how we grow up thinking the same as them. Because belief system is a big thing. So whatever you believe in, whatever it is, whatever you believe in your whole life, you will see the evidence to match up with your belief system, because you are a human magnet and you will see that evidence. Whatever you believe in will become true for you. So me personally, when I looked into positive thinking, I started to read all the scientific evidence on this stuff, because I didn't believe in the fluffy side of it. I wanted hard evidence of why and how. How does it happen like this? I wanted to know, I wanted the answers. And because of science, I started to believe in it, and it started to get into my belief system. So has anybody heard of the law of attraction?
Yes.
The law of attraction is a big thing, and it's one of the 50 universal laws. It's one of them. And then I started to study the universal laws. And I thought, oh wow, everything is connected. We're all the same. We are exactly the same as each other. We're all made out of the same stuff. No one is above you and no one is below you. We're the same. And that is how I got over my fear. Why was I scared of people? Why was I scared to stand up and speak? Why was I scared of men in suits? It frightened the life out of me, because that was my programming and that was my upbringing. That's all I knew. And I had to change the way I think. I love men in suits. It's a totally different way of thinking. Totally. So the law of attraction and all the universal laws of nature, it's a natural process, is in my belief system. So I obviously get all the evidence that's shown to me. It comes to me. You see signs and you see evidence coming to you with whatever you are believing in. So I stopped all that believing that I was no good and useless. And I started to believe in me. And I started to believe in my capabilities and what I could do. So that's how I started writing, and that's how I started to draw, and that's how I started to tell myself personal affirmations like, I always attract the right people into my life to help me grow my business and my bank balance. And guess what happens? I attracted 4N to myself, business networking. And I got involved, and in the beginning I was scared. And I've made some fantastic, fantastic friends over the years. And in the beginning I thought, how can I be an area leader? But then I thought, no, stop. Yes, I can be an area leader. I can, because it's those words, I can and I am, that really matter. And that's how you get your results. We have to stop the self-doubts. We have to stop the negative beliefs. We have to stop all the hatred. So if you want hatred coming back to you, hate people. If you want love coming back to you, start giving out some love. Even to the nasty people who you think don't deserve it, they do. They're the ones who need it the most because they're lacking in love. So basically the world is holding up a mirror to you. What do you want coming back to you, and what do you want to focus on? Whatever you are focusing on is going to come to you. You're going to get that. So yeah, business networking was a big eye-opener to me. And you know, Brad Burton and For Networking was a brilliant, brilliant platform, and I can't say thank you enough because it helped me with my confidence. I couldn't stand up and say my name. But 4N helped me to do that. 4N helped me to the business networking. You've got to get out there. You've got to get your name out there. You've got to show people that you are capable and you can do this. Because if I can, anyone can. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. If you think you can, there's a famous Henry Ford quote that says, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, either way you're right. Because you totally get what you tell yourself. Always focus on the end result. See the scene in your head. Visualise the scene in your head of where you want to be in your business. And never say to yourself, I don't know how I'm going to get there, I don't know. Because miracles happen. Believe me, miracles happen. That's why I had to write about it all. Because I had to get that positive message out there. So, there's also people that tell you, you can't do it, and how are you going to do that? I had that said to me lots of times, because I only worked in Asda's. How are you going to be a coach? How are you going to do that? But what you have to do is you have to go deaf to other people. Because you're in your own world, in your own bubble. Your tools are your thoughts and your feelings, because that's what you're radiating. Everything is energy. You have a massive field of energy around you. I mean, you can feel if you go into a room and there's been an argument. You can feel the atmosphere, you can feel the tension. People are radiating their energy. You can go into a room where everyone's having a good laugh and a party, and you feel good. Because people are radiating their energy. Everything is basically energy. So this is why I decided to be the happiest I'm ever going to be, and I'm only going to focus on happy stuff. On stuff that makes me feel good. Because when I'm radiating it, I'm giving it out to others. And guess what's happening? I'm getting it back. So this positive thinking stuff, it definitely works. So in the beginning, when I was all over the place and I couldn't focus and I couldn't concentrate because I was drinking too much, I had to stop that, I had to get off of it, and it took time. It took time because it's a habit. And then I had to meditate. And I'd never meditated in my life because I used to say, that's hippie stuff, you know, what's all that meditation stuff about? Because I used to laugh at people who meditated. But oh my God, how wrong was I? Because once I got into meditation,